Hello, everybody. Let me know if you can hear me. Good evening or good night, wherever you are. Appreciate you guys for hanging out on this Sunday special, live stream here. My name is Hannibal. Welcome to the Hannibal is Hungry YouTube channel. Hope you guys are enjoying the Labor Day weekend. Pretty good over here, pretty chill over here in New York City. Shout out to everybody that's going to be at the Labor Day parade. If you are from New York City, you already know on Eastern Parkway, going to have the Caribbean parade celebrating all the Caribbean islands. I am half Bajan. That is Barbados, the island of Barbados. The Queen, Rihanna, she's from there. So if you guys want to know, it's a very small island, but I will be there hanging out for a little bit. My mom lives near there, so it's going to be a fun time on Monday. Hopefully the weather works out well. It's kind of cloudy, but hopefully it doesn't rain because there's been a few Labor Days where it just rained out the entire parade. So we'll see. Also, we'll see about the crime and all the other issues, and that's why we'll be talking about some of the mayors that we all been covering for the last couple of months, about basically the last year. Each of these mayors we're going to be talking about. So we're going to be talking about, obviously, Hanyard. We have to, obviously. And we're going to be talking about Mayor Eric Adams, the New York City mayor, and Mayor Sheng Thao, the mayor of Oakland. These mayors are basically who I talk about for the majority of the channel for over the last year. All of these mayors are currently being investigated by the feds, which is it's sad and hilarious at the same time. So I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. I see a lot of familiar faces. Appreciate you guys for coming in. I see a few people. If you are from Brooklyn, let me know. If you're from New York City, let me know, because I feel like we should talk about Mayor Eric Adams first. There's a lot going on here, and I think it's important because as a lot of us talk about Dalton, what's going on in our own backyards. You know, what's going on where you live. And I appreciate a lot of the emails and messages talking about their situations, where they live, potential corruption, potential nonsense going on where they are living, which I think is important because it's easy, right, to look at this very crazy story that's going on in Dalton in the township and not examining what's going on where you live. Is there elements of corruption? Is there elements of people stealing taxpayer money or whatever the allegations are, that it's important that you also check out your backyard too, because it could be someone or some person or some group of people taking advantage and no one really knows. So it's important to kind of go and look at everything. Chucky Doll, appreciate you joining the membership. Thank you for everyone who support the channel. Thank you for that membership. Appreciate you. A like, a view, subscribe. That's all I ask for. Everything else is just extra, and I appreciate all the extra love and support. Hanyard first. Yeah, no, I want to talk about my neck of the woods first. I'm sorry, nephew. I appreciate that. I know why most of you are probably here, but I want to talk about New York City first. I think it's actually important, especially for considering New York City has like 8 million people, and the consequences of this mayor affects millions of people and what he has done. So I want to talk about that first. And also any other information of other officials you think is worth talking about, bringing shed to light, at least having a conversation, either in a video or even here on live stream. Email me. Instagram's all the same name. My email is h@hannibalishungry.com. That's h@hannibalishungry.com. That's my email. I love all the stories, all the YouTube links. It's only one man here. I mean, I do have some help editing and the thumbnails, but it's still one person trying to put all this information together and figuring out what works, what doesn't work. But still, I appreciate all the information out there because there are definitely more people out there doing this than just who we talk about on this channel. And there's bigger elements at play as well. So it's always good to get as much information as possible. But yes, I want to talk about my dude, Eric Adams. And the reason why I want to talk about him first, because obviously I live here. I have to deal with some of the stuff that's going on. I've been here my whole life. I'll be 40 this month. So happy September, everybody. I'll be 40 on the 24th, Libras. So this is, I've been here my whole life. I've been, born and raised here. So I've been through many mayors, right? Dinkins, obviously the Giuliani, Bloomberg, de Blasio. I don't know if I'm going on in order, but whatever. And now we're with Eric Adams. And what I find is really interesting about Eric Adams, and we will watch the first video right here. We can watch a few videos as we talk about these mayors. Have you noticed at the Democratic National Convention, Mayor Adams did not speak. They did not invite him. The powers that be, the ones who run the DNC, did not invite him to talk. He didn't have his special moment at the stage to talk about whatever he wanted to talk about. And it's interesting because the mayor of Chicago had the ability to do that. Now you could say maybe it's because, well, the DNC was in Chicago. But it's interesting that that dude was able to speak, that mayor, all the issues going on with him. And Eric Adams did not speak. I have my thoughts on why, but in this interview with Bloomberg, they actually talk about it. At least they ask him the question, "Hey, what happened? Like, why didn't they ask you to talk?" So let's check this out.
Well, you're joining the party here as to something that's been a pretty energetic rally so far in Chicago. And we've heard from New York's governor. We heard from Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. How come the mayor of the world's biggest city isn't speaking tonight?
AOC was able to talk. They had AOC talk, and he couldn't talk. And he's the mayor of New York City. Just had that sink in.
Well, you have a real focus, and I think this campaign is doing something that's extremely smart. We feel strong in New York. We have very few other areas that we need to focus on. And the goal is not to get Eric Adams on the stage. The goal is to get VP Harris and the team elected. And they're putting together the right speakers, and we're just going to find out what is our role, and we're going to carry the ball based on that.
So you may not be a messenger on the stage at this convention, but that doesn't mean necessarily that there might not be a message you would advocate for, not just given your role as mayor of New York City at a time when Republicans are criticizing cities, including where we are now, Chicago, on issues like crime. But you're a mayor and a former cop. What is the winning message on crime for a former prosecutor as she campaigns for president of the United States?
And I want to jump in right now. I'm sorry, I got to jump in. So I voted for Adams. Okay, this is not necessarily a political channel, but I thought at the time, Eric Adams, he was a former cop. Crime was really, really bad under de Blasio. I don't know what de Blasio was doing. Too soft on it. And I thought, former cop, he's going to fix this. He's going to figure this out. He's a former cop. He understands what's going on, how the crime has jumped to the point where people are as afraid of walking the streets as they used to feel in the 80s. In the 80s in New York City, well, definitely 70s and the 80s, crime was ridiculous in New York City. Anywhere you went, you had to worry about getting robbed, like legit, not just like the fear mongering type thing. It was a legit chance that you can get robbed because how terrible things were. And then in the 90s, things kind of picked up. Crime did dip, and then it just went back, obviously, the last, I would say at least 10 years. But I really thought, man, this guy is going to figure it out. He is going to deal, and he's going to handle crime. And it hasn't happened. Crime rates have risen. There's still tons of economic issues. The reason why they didn't put this guy in to talk, because it's a waste of time. His approval ratings are ridiculously low. I don't think he's popular at all. I think most likely he's going to be a one-term mayor. Many New Yorkers feel let down by the way he's handled the city's biggest issues: crime, the economic recovery, and the idea that he ran so heavily with his background in law enforcement, promising to restore some level of safety to the city. It hasn't happened yet. To say it quickly. Let's watch the rest.
I think that's an amazing question, because this is what I've been talking about for so long. We have a great product in the Democratic Party. We're leading the voice around getting rid of assault rifles, about being proactive and not placing people on pathway of criminality. And we need to sell that. And unfortunately, we've allowed the belief that Democrats are soft on crime, and we're not. Crime is dropping in New York City and many of the cities where our mayors are located. I will speak with the Atlanta mayor a few days ago. We're seeing a real focus on public safety. I say it all the time. It's the prerequisite to prosperity. And that's the leading message coming out. Affordability, public safety is crucial to this election.
We spoke earlier with the mayor of San Francisco, which has been held up as the poster child for crime in this.
And we'll be talking about the mayor of Oakland in a little bit. The idea that crime has reduced, and he's touting that the amount of migrants that has shown up over the last year is destroying the city. There's too many people. And we'll move on from this because he's going to shut his thing. He's going to just speak the usual talking points. But there was a question. Actually, let's talk about the federal issues first. One of the biggest reasons why they didn't want to bother with him talking in the DNC is because he's being investigated by the federal government. Let's check that.
But first at 11 o'clock, breaking news.
Well, I was already talking. Let's check that out first real quick.
We are hearing exclusively from New York Mayor Adams after he was served a new subpoena in a federal corruption investigation.
Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger is in the newsroom with the mayor's reaction. Josh?
Shadi, the news broke tonight, but subpoenas to Mayor Adams and some on his campaign staff actually were served several weeks ago. The mayor reacting this evening in an interview with Bill for this weekend's edition of Eyewitness News Up Close. The investigation's been going on almost as long as he's been mayor. Eric Adams and his campaign now facing a new round of subpoenas, sources say, seeking communications and documents. Though in an Eyewitness News exclusive tonight, Adams wasn't exactly forthcoming about what specifically the feds are after.
What did you get subpoenaed for, and what's the status of the investigation?
Like previous administrations that had to go through subpoenas, you participate, you cooperate. I made it clear, former law enforcement officer, I've stated over and over again, I hold myself beyond a reproach, and when you receive a subpoena, you respond.
That sounded really confident. That sounded like you have everything under control, bro. You have everything under control. he didn't sound too let's repeat that, his answer there.
Exactly forthcoming about what specifically the feds are after.
What did you get subpoenaed for, and what's the status of the investigation?
Like previous administrations that had to go through subpoenas, you participate, you cooperate. I made it clear, former law enforcement officer, I've stated over and over again, I hold myself beyond a reproach, and when you receive a subpoena, you respond.
The mayor has not been accused of any crime, but the new developments reported first tonight by the New York Times come after a long-running corruption investigation into his 2021 campaign, and, at least in part, involves whether Adams or the campaign sought illegal contributions from the government of Turkey in exchange for pressuring the fire department to rush the inspection of a new Turkish consulate. Last November, the FBI served several search warrants, including at the Brooklyn home of Adams fundraiser Brianna Suggs, and agents also approached the mayor himself on the street, seizing his electronic devices. It's unclear what prompted the new subpoenas, which were actually served last month, but tonight an Adams attorney repeated the mayor had done nothing wrong. Our investigation, he said, has included an evaluation of campaign documents, an analysis of tens of thousands of electronic communications, and witness interviews. To be clear, we have not identified any evidence of illegal conduct by the mayor. To the contrary, we've identified extensive evidence undermining the reported theories of federal prosecution as to the mayor, which we have voluntarily shared with the U.S. attorney. And both the mayor and his attorney continue to say they are volunteering to assist the U.S. attorney and cooperate with anything that's requested.
Sure, that sounds like a good situation here. So basically, he is entangled with the federal investigation. Him and several members of his administration were served with the federal grand jury subpoenas as a part of this corruption probe. To the point where the dude was walking down the street. The mayor of New York City was walking down the street and the feds grabbed his phone. This is what, our reality, in terms of, worrying about bad mayors. Well, we live with one where crime. He talks about crime being down because they had to flood so many police officers into subway trains. but they still have a ton of issues with the migrants because basically a lot of them are homeless. So it's like over 200,000 people homeless. Some come from really crazy backgrounds. He got to deal with that. And now he's a federal investigation, and it centers on his allegations of illegal campaign contributions during, I guess, the 2021 mayoral run with Turkey. Because Turkey wanted, I guess what they said, they wanted their consulate to be approved. So this is what we have to deal with. And there's another video I want to talk to you guys about, especially him answering some of the questions about the migrant situation. Let me see if I can find that real fast. Let me see. I think it was this one. Actually, we'll watch this one too. This actually was 11 days ago. Let's just check this one out first.
8:32, New York City Mayor Eric Adams traveling to Chicago today to attend the Democratic National Convention, where he'll also meet with national leaders to discuss the ongoing migrant crisis. Adams wants to change New York sanctuary city laws in the wake of recent violent crimes involving asylum seekers. Joining us this morning to discuss what these changes would look like is the New York City Field Director for Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, right, Ken Gianello. So great to have you here.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate being back on.
Let's talk about this. 2 asylum seekers currently in custody for allegedly raping a woman last week in Coney Island. We've also seen this series of robberies, what the NYPD is describing as migrant-driven robberies in the area of Central Park, right? What comes next now? Is ICE able to get involved with detaining some of these folks who are bad apples, as they call them,
right,
and deport them?
Well, my staff is out every day. We're out in the public, in the community, trying to remove these public safety threats from our communities. The issue, obviously, that we face is we need the cooperation and collaboration with our law enforcement partners here in the city, specifically NYPD. The sanctuary policies won't allow them to cooperate, but lately you've seen the mayor, you've seen NYPD, the chief of patrol, speak out stating that they need to cooperate with us, and 100% I'm all on board. This cooperation needs to be there because we have the same overarching priorities, and that's to keep the residents and the migrants and the citizens of New York City safe.
So cooperation looks like what, right? So
the reason why I wanted to show you guys the situation that's going down in New York City is this is one of the bigger mistakes from Eric Adams. Eric Adams, when this was happening, when the governor from Texas was bringing migrants to other places in the country, because obviously they don't have enough space in Texas to take everyone in. Eric Adams, instead of being more cautious, he said, "Come on in, everybody. We bring everyone in. We can handle everything." And that was obviously a big mistake. There's not enough resources. People who are here are upset. They get upset about the amount of money that many of these migrants are getting. There's issues here where rent is really expensive. Food is really expensive. So there's people currently here suffering, don't have resources. But now because there's so many people here from other parts of the world, other parts, that Eric Adams has to try to take care of them. So this is the problem that Eric Adams is dealing with. And he's trying to, no one's really happy with the situation. It's a question right here about, did Eric Adams consider changing sanctuary city laws? I can't pronounce that word.
Yes, hi. This question, Mr. Mayor, I'm Aaron Brennan with Voice of America.
How are you?
Very good. Given recent statements by your NYPD Chief of Patrol and concerns about a perceived increase in migrant-related crime, can you share your current thinking on whether New York City should consider revising its sanctuary status?
Well, that goes through the city council. They would make that determination, and I have been extremely clear that the overwhelming number of migrants and asylum seekers and undocumented immigrants that come here, their goal is to pursue the American dream. Migrants and asylum seekers are paroled into our city, into our country, so they're here legally. But those who commit violent acts after they serve their time, I think they should be removed from our country. Right now, we don't have the authorization to be able to go and coordinate with ICE. We have to follow the law. I think the city council should revise what was changed under the previous administration. Mayor Koch had it right, Mayor Bloomberg had it right, and I think we made a miscalculation through the previous administration.
But do you see yourself and your personal views modifying it? There was the article in the New York Times this weekend about the re-release of the person who raped the person at Coney Island. There's a big push among everyday New Yorkers to change the sanctuary status, specifically for migrants who commit serious crimes. What is your personal feeling on New York staying full-on sanctuary city?
Well, you stated that everyday New Yorkers, there's no more everyday New Yorker than me. You know, I'm a mayor that is closely aligned with the feelings of everyday working class people.
Yeah, we don't. Well, unfortunately, again, when this situation started to progress, where hundreds of people were showing up every day to Penn Station, he didn't have those thoughts. He was saying, bring them all in. We look it up. You can look it up. He did not have those thoughts a year ago. Now he has those thoughts because his approval ratings are in the toilet. So I'm going to watch one more video of, I think New York Post asked him this question. So, you know, it's going to be a little spicy. But, you know, it's important to these questions to be answered. It's important for these questions to be answered. Let me see if I can find it.
8:32, New York City Mayor Eric Adams traveling to Chicago today.
Okay. For some reason, it keeps bouncing back and forth. Okay.
First, what orders did the Harris campaign give you going forward in your capacity as mayor to help her get elected? And the second question is about homelessness. So we're almost 3 years into your administration in which you've claimed historic levels of getting homeless people into permanent housing. However, homelessness conditions have only gotten worse with the highest number of street homeless in more than a decade. People have told the Post that they feel unsafe. It's a revolving door, horrid conditions. The shelters are a revolving door, and it causes horrid conditions at key tourist hubs like Penn Station. So doesn't it show that your administration's approach is failing on homelessness, and if not, why?
Yeah, first I'm going to look over to my counsel to talk about...
Yeah, just... It's in your capacity as mayor, though, is the question, so not...
I'm still going to look over to my counsel.
Let me, maybe I can offer just a helpful
So that was a question directed to the mayor. But the mayor did that thing that you saw the other mayor do when there's like a really hard question. You got to talk to my attorney. You know, no, talk to the attorney. Don't talk to me. Even though the question's about you running things, you are running everything. There's a lot of problems. There's too many homeless people here. I'm in Bushwick. I see them every day. I know exactly where they are. They're just hanging out in the corners. Some of them actually work on Uber and DoorDash. They're able to get accounts. Obviously, either someone's selling accounts or whatever. I see many of them at Home Depot. They are trying to find work, but a lot of them are just standing around. And then who knows what most are not doing anything wrong, but some are. There's a lot of homeless people here. And instead of answering that question directly about the Harris campaign or whatever, you could just say, no, the Harris campaign has not given me any orders. I'm refer to you to my lawyer. Real solid leader there.
clarification that, and of course, you can ask any questions you want. I just want to clarify that when city officials are not asked to perform campaign functions in their official capacities as city employee. So that's the distinction. Individuals who serve in the city administration, of course, have the right to campaign and engage in political activities on their without using city resources for that purpose. So I just want to give you that clarification. And again, you can ask anything you want, but if it's a specific question about specific political campaigns, there are just limitations that the Conflict of Interest Board have guided us that may impact the degree to which answers can be provided.
What?
Thank you. The question around the homelessness, you said it's at the some of the highest levels. 212,000 people entered the city, in addition to 64,000 already being homeless. I'm not quite sure how people don't see how amazing it is that we've been able to pull this off. 212,000 people that we had to.
I don't know what pulling it off means. I guess he thinks they're killing it. That New York City is doing very, very well, and we have embraced all this, and no one is complaining. There isn't any crime issues going on near migrant shelters or even against other New York City citizens. Things are moving pretty seamlessly. Yeah, I guess that's what he's saying. I don't know.
To house. And for the slight uptick that we have with 212,000 people, it's really remarkable. We're going to continue to do what we've done, transition more people out of shelters into permanent housing in 1 year in the history of the city. We're going to continue to give smart ideas to transition people to the next step of their journey that includes reticketing. We're going to continue to say that we're not going to allow encampments throughout our city, like other municipalities have done. Our city has not turned into an encampment zone like we see across the country. But to do what DM Williams Isom has been able to do with her team, with 212,000 people, and we're still getting, what, about 800-900 a week?
700 last week.
We're still getting hundreds of people a week. All right, I'm done talking. I'm done listening to Eric Adams. In politics, obviously, it's sometimes, even unfortunately, but still, I think it's important to say that optics is everything, at least most of what we have to deal with. And the optics around Adams is not great, right? You're talking about the pummeling, just really bad approval ratings, the crime, the ongoing federal investigation into campaign corruption, campaign contributions, getting kickbacks for foreign countries to do whatever they want them to do. Adams is facing some significant challenges. Most likely, he is a one-term mayor. I think even the more powerful people in the Democrat Party realize that. They didn't want to bother even having him up on the stage. It's like, yo, you just sit down and good luck to you. I think most likely he's going to get probably primaried or even, I don't know if a Republican will win, but I will say I was definitely wrong. I thought he would understand the situation of getting to stop a lot of these issues that was going on in the city, people committing crimes, getting back out, the revolving door situation. He just didn't. He didn't do it. And unfortunately, we have to deal with this for another year. But I believe most likely he probably going to be a one-term mayor. I see a comment from DC the Critter. He's so out of touch. Shaking my head. There's not enough affordable housing in New York City. If there were, the homeless population would decrease. Yeah, so we already dealing with the highest rents one of the highest rents in the nation. One of the most expensive places to live. How is he going to be able to get those people into housing? What happened to everyone else that's dealing with how am I paying rent and have to pay all of the bills and have a decent way of living, a decent situation? It doesn't make any sense. But it's all about politics. We all have to pretend that we're doing very, very well right now because November is coming, and then if it goes the right way, then they can kind of fall back to, well, yeah, things are pretty shitty, but we'll figure it out. David Williams said Denver. Yeah, so Denver has a lot of issues. I didn't look up too much about that, but I've received a lot of information. I saw a lot of articles about, again, gangs. It's just we already have a lot of problems, and when we listen to these mayors, Eric Adams, I at least heard him say a few times, like, yeah, this is a disaster. But the problem is that you initiated when you told everyone to come in. You said come in, and now we're still getting hundreds and hundreds of people that we can't take care of because we can't take care of what we already have. And then to say that we're doing a great job, yeah, I believe it. It is out of touch. It doesn't make a lot of sense. But hopefully there are some changes with some of the rules, especially with crime. If you commit crime and you're not from here, how are you able to stay? If I went to a different country and did something violent, then I'm not able to come back. First, I may not even be able to leave, but I'm definitely not going to be able to come back. So let's talk about another really, really dangerous situation in Oakland. I saw this video. This really popular YouTube creator. His name is Tyler Oliveira. I can't pronounce words. We can watch a few minutes, but it talks about the situation in Oakland. And the mayor of Oakland is Sheng Thao. She is she's under some federal investigations. I don't know if you guys checked out a lot of the stuff I talked about on the channel, but we'll watch a little bit of this situation. But let's just watch this video real quick so you can see what I'm talking about.
This is Oakland, California.
The owner of this property is not responsible for any theft or vandalism. The owner of this property is not responsible.
Lawlessness, crime, homelessness, police giving up, businesses closing, and with 1 of every 30 residents having their cars stolen last year, a 38% increase in robberies, 23% increase in burglaries, and 44% increase in motor vehicle theft, In-N-Out made history by closing their first store in 75 years due to the rampant crime happening at their Oakland location.
That is significant. In-N-Out is like, we're out. There's no In-N-Out. We're out. We can't even deal with this. So shout out to In-N-Out. Actually, this is totally not related at all. In-N-Out is overrated. Doesn't matter. Let's continue. Let's continue.
With the Oakland Police Union calling for Oakland Mayor Sheng Thao to resign, claiming the city has become an international embarrassment under her leadership, and with many residents believing the police no longer have their back in the event of a crime, and with the district attorney focusing on not incarcerating criminals, many Oakland residents believe they need new leadership to restore Oakland to the cultural capital it once was.
So yeah, that was a perfect intro. So people are really, really mad with Sheng Thao. They are complaining for as long as she got in that she does not know what she's doing, that she is a terrible leader, and many police officials are saying that she should just step down. So there's already a recall campaign started trying to get her kicked out. And again, on top of that, she is dealing with a federal investigation. Let me see if I can find a video of the police union demanding her to resign. Let me see if I can find
POA.
that. Oh, I think I found it.
So first,
the POA.
Why is he doing that?
The POA held a news.
Okay, cool.
The POA held a news conference just today asking that she take action this week. KTVU's Ann Rubin live tonight here in the newsroom. And Ann, they say they've absolutely lost faith in her leadership here.
Yeah, the POA says they're concerned about crime and staffing and the budget. But Mayor Thao says she's worried about those same things and they'd be better off working together.
The Oakland Police Officers Association says they've had enough of Mayor Sheng Thao. They sent a letter asking her to step down.
Respectfully ask that the mayor resign immediately.
They say they've lost faith in her leadership, that the department and the community are suffering.
Crimes is through the roof in the city. The budget crisis, the distraction of the FBI raid that prevent our ability to function as a city.
Just this weekend, 9 people were shot in Oakland in a span of 30 hours. And they say there's simply not enough officers to respond to calls quickly.
For an incident in West Oakland recently, it took us 3 days to finally get there for a shooting that 100 rounds was fired.
But Mayor Thao just released a video statement. In it, she says crime is actually down.
It's really unfortunate that the OPOA is obviously playing politics. Right now, during this very sensitive time, we need to come together. We see that what we are working on in regards to the comprehensive approach for public safety is working.
She adds her budget prioritized public safety, funded new police academies, and saved 80 police jobs. The POA says it's just not enough.
This is a time to invest more into the city, hire more police officers, retain the police officers, and fix the crime issue. And going forward, that's what we want to see from the next mayor.
There is already an effort underway to recall Sheng Thao. Organizers of that were at the...
Oh, you just missed that. It had like a prison jumpsuit for her. I saw that Photoshop down there.
POA news conference.
For someone to go on TV and admit that it's open season in your city, what I see is a desperate cry for help from our police officer.
The POA says they are desperate for change, but they believe a recall will take too long and be too expensive.
If she resigned by this week, the election will take place in November, versus where waiting through the recall, then it will happen in April, and the process even drag out longer when we need to work into the new budget immediately.
So, yeah, things are not really great over there. So, obviously, a lot of police officials believe that her decisions are just causing more harm than good, especially when it comes to public safety. So, there's a lot going on, especially with Mayor Thao's leadership being questioned. So, when Mayor Thao took office, obviously, she knew that she had to know there's going to be some challenges, especially with the crime in Oakland. But the way she's handling these issues, these challenges, she's not good at this. Problem is, it looks like many people feel that she's more focused on making political moves than actually solving the city's problems. I mean, 1 out of 30, you can get your car taken away. The crimes that's going on with the robberies. I mean, carjacking, like, you know when you're in a really rough spot where you legit have to seriously consider getting carjacked if you stop at a light or you stop anywhere. I mean, it happens everywhere. You can say that, but that is really, really bad. And she has a long history of struggling with crime. Obviously, the pandemic made things worse, but the way she's been handling the police department, I think she fired the police chief. It's just not working. And more people are upset because of this federal investigation that she's going through. Let me show you a video on that in case you guys are not familiar about let me see if I can find a video about her being investigated by the feds, just so you guys have an understanding of what's going on. Yeah.
The cliche, but the silence is deafening following the unprecedented action taken in Oakland by the FBI, the IRS, and the Postal Service.
ABC 7 News broke this story with our Lena Howland, the first to report on the raids yesterday. She's joining us live from the mayor's house. Lena?
Kamasi, we have been trying repeatedly to get a hold of Oakland Mayor Sheng Thao for 3 days. First for the recall and then for the FBI raid of her home right here behind me. But still, no response. Silence from Oakland Mayor Sheng Thao's home Friday morning. A stark difference from the 4 hours FBI agents spent here on Thursday, carrying out boxes, plastic tubs, and trash bags. Despite a car registered to Thao sitting out front, there has been no sign of the mayor.
Our public officials are elected to protect and serve our communities, to be held accountable to represent the interests of everyday constituents. And yet, like you mentioned, our leadership is nowhere to be found, and more often or so, dodging questions.
Jennifer Tran is an ethnic studies professor at Cal State East Bay. She's also the president of the Oakland Vietnamese Chamber of Commerce and is running for Congress. She calls this investigation a distraction from other serious issues in the city, including the Juneteenth shooting at Lake Merritt. 15 people were shot.
We are at a point where our voters, everyday constituents, I'm a resident, and a neighbor, and as someone who's born and raised here, are sick and tired of politicians who are more focused on self-aggrandizement rather than solving the solutions, taking accountability, and stepping down if they are unfit to lead.
That sounds familiar. That sounds like someone else I spend a whole lot of time on this channel. That sounds very familiar with what she just described.
Enforcement sources tell ABC 7 this is a public corruption case with the FBI, IRS, and U.S. Postal Service working together. And it comes only days after the effort to recall Thao was approved to be on the November's ballot.
Experts in recalls and resignation is saying that it's going to be very difficult for her to regain the trust of the public, given the erosion of trust leading up to this point in the last year and a half.
The city of Oakland issuing a statement Friday morning saying under the city charter, the city administrator is responsible for the day-to-day administrative and fiscal operations of the city under the policy guidance of the office of the mayor. In his capacity as city.
I want to show you exactly why she's being investigated by the feds. Let me see if they actually talk about that. I think it's over here. Yeah, these people.
Of Oakland. The house belongs to Andy Duong. He is listed as director at California Waste Solutions, a recycling company that serves Oakland. Meanwhile, U.S. postal inspectors collected evidence at a nearby house that belongs to David Duong, Andy's father, who's listed as the CEO of California Waste Solutions.
The Duong's family business, California Waste Solutions, released this statement. It reads, California Waste Solutions is fully aware that federal agents executed search warrants at a number of locations in Oakland and related to CWS. The company is fully cooperating with the government's investigation and is confident that government officials will conclude that CWS was not involved in any unlawful or improper activities.
So the problem is with that is California Waste Solutions is a company that spends a lot of money lobbying. They donated to many politicians, and as a federal investigation is looking into allegations of corruption and misuse of funds within Thao's administration. So basically, they've been pumping money into her administration for kickbacks, for contracts. I understand that politics, it seems like this is normal, right? Like we're pointing out because they're getting caught, either they're incompetent or not able to hide it, or it just becomes so big that it's impossible to hide it. I understand this happens often, but the problem is when you have incompetence, you're not doing your job really well, crime is not down, people are getting their cars broken into, people are, businesses, a lot of small businesses are complaining about how Thao has made things difficult, dealing with the budget, cutting back police. It gets to a point like, damn, all right, you're going to do this kickback and do all these crazy things, but can you at least fix what's going on in the city? Can you at least fix that before you do the corrupt stuff? You can't be corrupt and be bad at your job. Like, it's just too much for the citizens to deal with. I think someone said it's like little Chicago, but Oakland is really, really, really in trouble. And if you have someone who don't know what they're doing and they're corrupt, it's just too much. It's just too much. So she's not going to step down. They're going to have to recall her. The recall campaign is going to cost a lot of money because it's kind of similar to another campaign, but I guess in another direction, the campaign to kick someone out. Money has to have been spent, donations, all that type of thing. It's going to cost the city millions of dollars to kick her out of office. I mean, at this point, I think a lot of people want her to step down. It's not just citizens, it's the police department, even police officials, community members believe that her leadership isn't working and change is needed to get the city back on track. So Oakland's problems are numerous. Obviously, just getting rid of the mayor is not going to necessarily fix everything. The city has deep-rooted issues and going to need more than just a new person in charge. But at the same time, the fact that so many people, especially people in the police department, are unhappy with Mayor Thao shows that something drastically needs to change. And hopefully something does change, Well, we'll see. We'll keep a track on that. The recall effort, all that type of thing. $2 for the Critical Smoker. Appreciate you. Check out the Critical Smoker's channel, you guys. He's been doing very great work streaming the Thornton Township meetings. Fantastic work dealing with that. I know sitting there or standing there dealing with all of that nonsense has to be something that it must be just a crazy situation. But I appreciate you for coming through. And I guess it would be a good transition to talk about the person you guys wanted me to talk about from the beginning, Mayor Hanyard. I just got a notice that apparently she's currently live or she was live on Facebook, yapping. So let's see if she's still. Let's see is she still talking? Did she talk earlier? Let me see. Not the popular. What is? Okay, we got something that happened a little while ago. Let's see what she has to say. Okay. There you go. All right. 18 minutes of this. Dear Lord. All right. Are you guys ready? All right, let's go.
Hey guys, hey! It's your super mayor, Tiffany A. Henyard, the people's mayor, people's supervisor. We are here at the picnic that's going on right now in our village, Dawson, at the rink 14312 Greenwood in Dawson. Come on out, let me show you what's going on right now. Remember, people will always try to stop things that they don't want to prosper. But I spend my own money to make sure that I put on for my city. Somebody put my money.
Oh, breaking news. She's using her own money. She used her own, well, she just said that. I don't know if she actually, but I don't know if she actually spending her own money, but she said it. Never heard her say that before. So, okay, I guess.
My mouth is, and that means I love y'all residents. Here we go. Show you. We're gonna walk through now. Let's try to walk through.
Also, I'll just jump in. When you're making almost $250,000 a year, you know, maybe you should spend some of your own money. You make a really good salary. Multiple positions. It's not a big surprise, right?
All right, we're gonna walk through. Go ahead, go. Look how she dancing. Uh-oh. Woo! Oh! Get it. Ooh! Ah!
Okay, I don't know if I'm able to do 18 minutes of this, guys. I don't think I'm able to make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the whole. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get like a water break. I don't know if I'm able to. If she's gonna just yell all 18 minutes, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I don't know. All right, forget it.
She be 69, she said. 69. Hey! How you doing? Let me turn it around. Look who I got here. Hey! Yeah. All right, come on. All right, guys. We got. Here, hold that for 1 minute.
Okay. So before we continue, there's a Hanyard picnic that happened. It may be still happening from 3 to 8. It's at the Just Ice skating rink, and there's music, dancing, food, games, and family fun. And that outfit, very bright. I don't compared to everyone else, I don't go too crazy about the looks or anything, but that's an interesting outfit. Very, very bright. Wants everyone to know what's going on. And breaking news, she spent her own money. So far, that's all I got so far. So let's continue. I don't see if there's anything interesting that she says during this, but let's go.
All right, here we go. Let me turn around. Hold on.
Hey, before she opens that box of who knows what, Heidi with the 999 super chat, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Probably laughing at my pain. But let's see. Let's open the box because she's going to talk about, she spent her money on this. So let's check out what she got in that box.
All right, guys, if you are in town and you want to come to get a free food box, we are here at 14312 Greenwood in Dawson. Come get your free food box, and then we got a whole list of festivities for you lined up down the street so you can come and enjoy for you and your family. Again, remember, they new to this, but I'm true to this. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Let me show you what you about to eat really quick. So come get your fresh produce box. This was in the box. We got greens. We got greens, beans, potatoes, you name it. Look at that. Pie crust, woo! Pillsbury, that thing. You got your butter. You got your sugar. You got your cornmeal. Woo! She got them yams. That's them yams, y'all. Y'all know what to do with that. The gravy. So you make that cornbread dressing. See, y'all know I really, really love y'all. I try to make sure y'all don't eat nothing. Nothing. You got your garlic powder. You got your seasoned salt, your cranberry sauce.
And extra greens and extra yams.
And then they got you extra, because they know that I don't like this canned good stuff, but they still got you extra. And then same with the greens. And then what else we got?
I think it's very important that you tell them that none of that food is from the Chicago Food Depository.
Okay, let me tell you something real quick. We got KP right here, and we want to make sure y'all know there ain't nothing in the box from Chicago Depository.
Public
service announcement.
Oh, shout out to KP. And he's not walking. I think he's on a golf cart or something. He's the food pantry guy. So shout out to KP. One of the few loyal supporters that is left on Hanyard's team. I think right now she's running out of support, but Keith Price has been there, and he's, she's taking care of him monetarily. So he's riding with her. So he always has something to say. He always has his rhetoric. So let's see what he has to say.
None of that food comes from the Chicago Food Depository, so they called us about your fake complaints the other day. We already got all that straight, because I send them videos of what we're passing out before we go out. So thank y'all again for bringing so much attention to the great things that the super mayor is doing. Have a great one.
You already, again, we bought this food. I keep telling y'all. Surpluses are in the township due to Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. We got a $4 million surplus in our GA department. Come on, man. I keep telling y'all, keep talking that mess, but stop it. Try to keep up with me.
Okay, she says it's $4 million. So is there any way that, and again, I'm not in township, right? I don't live there. Is there any way we can verify that's actually happening? Like there's a $4 million surplus. Can the people who use the township and they can FOIA, can they get that information? Because she heard rhetoric, and she has to say this because she wants to continue to be the supervisor. That pays her the most money. That's more of a powerful position compared to the mayor of Dalton. And she thinks she can do this by, this is the rhetoric. This is her way of telling the people that use the township services, the seniors, obviously the people who may have issues with money. Well, all of us are dealing with money in one way or another, but the people who would need those food pantry boxes. Even in my neck of the woods in Brooklyn, almost every day there's a food pantry line, either from a church or some kind of organization. The line is down the street. Elderly, even not even just elderly people, but people are suffering right now. So a lot of people, I don't know if they're taking Hanyard for granted by her silly nature and her being ridiculous. But when she hands someone a box of goods, that's a powerful statement. That person, and the way she always brands everything with her name as if she did it, even though it's services that's always been around before she showed up, people are going to look at that and vote and put her back. It's very, that the whole idea, all the events, all the food, just repeating the things that the people who probably going to go out there and vote want to hear. So I wonder if people really would understand that is the campaign move right there. Does she really care about what a guy in Brooklyn is talking about? No, it's about those people in the township and the people who need those services. That's what she continues to market herself, basically.
Please. Again, we bought this food. Hey, y'all.
Oh, I have to stop because I just saw a few comments, especially from the Lansing Journal. Please subscribe to the Lansing Journal. It was a really great article written about me and my little journey as a YouTuber. But appreciate all the good work that they do, bringing obviously taping a lot of the township meetings. But they had a really good comment right here. Various residents, including Paul Roberts, shout out to Paul Roberts, have requested budget information and have not received it. Hanyard says Finance Director Robert Hunt will provide it, but so far he has managed not to. So we can say allegedly there is a surplus, and she has not presented any proof to anybody but herself, and I guess Keith Price or maybe Robert Hunt, that there's a surplus. So right now, due to patterns of her past comments and behavior, we have to cast doubt on that statement that she said there's a surplus. so far, she has not demonstrated that there is. So, and I hope the people who are at the township understand that as well. My three sons with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you. You need to look into our mayor and our city administration. We are in a world of shit here at Mall We, Ohio. Please email me. I would like to check out some of the what you're talking about. I appreciate the $5 super chat. But yeah, definitely email me, h@hannibalishungry.com.
Look at, I got the baby still. Thank you. I love you too. Appreciate that. Got the whole 2 Loud crew right here. All the festivities right here. Look, you got the huh? Yeah, go ahead. And then see the food here. But look, let me show you what else we got that's in the box. Y'all come out and get this stuff today. We got turkey. It ain't even Thanksgiving. Ah! Turkey and ham. Where your ham at? Got a ham for him? I told y'all, this is what I do. I don't know how many times I gotta show y'all, prove it to y'all, write it down, take a picture, make a video. I don't give a woo. Hey, but we got all of this for you right here. We got meat. Look at that, turkey. Like I said, it ain't Thanksgiving. Here we got the ham. Woo! Y'all ain't ready. Ain't that say Sarah Lee? Who that say? Oh, okay. I thought it was Sarah Lee. Almost. Hey, how you doing? Good. Well, we got all this food for you right here at this location. And you got the people, 2 Loud crew lining up. You see them. Hey, y'all. Hey. Y'all ready? I got you. Right. Hey. Hey. Yeah. All right. I keep saying. Yep, you gotta get your good side. All right, we got the food for you right here again. We here at 143 Greenwood. You got the bouncy houses, you got everything, you got them skates. You gotta have that wristband. Just wait, I'm live.
Oh, I muted myself. Lansing Journalism's made me laugh. Journalism's. Dwayne says socialism. That's kind of funny. But, and I see another comment right here of Valve, I might not pronounce that correctly. Regardless of the nonsense she does, the people who show up and support her just as a part of a problem as her administration, most of them are not destitute, slow, but not destitute. Yeah, I mean, it's always easy to kind of, they may not be destitute, right? It's possible that they're probably just enjoying free stuff. If you were able to drive down and pick up a free turkey, even though you don't need one and you can't afford your own, some people like to go get, like, some people are into that. Like, personally, I'm I don't like lines. So for me to go to like the free IHOP day, I won't go. It just takes too long. I don't want to do that. But there's some people that would wait on a long line for something that's free. Hammer with the $10 super chat. She's giving out prison food like it's a specialty. But that's the thing. This is the move. This is the plan. This is the strategy. I'm gonna give you free things and make it seem like this is something that she started, even though she didn't start it. But this is where she wants to put that kind of statement out there. I'm here to help you. Look at all these awesome things I'm giving you. All these fresh things. No, it's not coming from Chicago. Whatever. It's coming out of my own pocket. Whatever. I don't know what she's really saying. But I would love to see the information about the surplus. She shows that information about the surplus. That probably could change a lot of minds. It's possible. But then it goes to, why has it taken so long for her to tell everyone, particularly people in the township, that there is was it 4 million, she said? A $4 million surplus? Just show the numbers.
Live, give me 1 minute. Yep, so we got all this going on again, Thornton Township. This is in the boxes. If you want some food, please show up and show out. Pull up, you getting all what you need. You see the line is long. We about to hand the first box out. What's that for? First round to get their food. Off your food. So, guys, share the video. Y'all gonna be so proud of me. I got a lot of great things coming up. Again, Tiff is gonna speak, and I'm gonna shut it all down. But you know, we don't be having time to literally go back and forth with people that's down here. because I am doing too much good in my neighborhood. And for those that don't know, let me make sure I'm crystal clear about this. I ain't never took a goddamn thing in my life. So I want to make sure y'all hear.
She never took a goddamn thing. Okay. All right.
Get out my mouth, because y'all with all this little fake hate don't make no doggone sense. I don't have to do anything like that. Never will I. So I just want to make sure we're clear on that. People mad because I care. People are mad because I can actually show up and show out and give things like this to the public who need it. It's sad. If y'all really want to make some noise, y'all should be blasting the people that try to stop this. They try to stop this event from me feeding y'all that need the food. Make that make sense. You got people out here hungry. People out here don't know where they're going to get their next meal from. But the minute I go and say, hey, open up the food pantry, get them the food, because it's the people's food. Y'all got a problem with it. You got board members voting to stop, like, unity events. Stop a picnic to feed people, guys. Make it make sense. But y'all missing the biggest point. You got people like myself that care about community that people try to stop. People will always try to stop things they cannot control. That's what it's all about. Someone young, vibrant, energetic like myself.
I'm not young. I'm gonna be 40. I'm not young, and she's older than me. But let's move on. Scott, gaslighting. So I don't like a lot of buzzwords. I think sometimes we throw those kind of buzzwords a lot. But yeah, that's political gaslighting. She's not explaining the entire situation. She's not giving the full context of why the trustees are looking to slow things down, because they don't think she's being transparent. They're asking for things and she doesn't want to present them. But then she's using that binary thinking. Well, if they're trying to shut down this, my ability to spend the way I want to, they don't care about you, citizens, your residents. They don't want you to eat. She's going from that one extreme to the next. And that's politics. It's politics. I mean, you can say also it's corruption there, but that's politics. That's just really how terrible politics is, that she will jump to those conclusions and use that rhetoric that people would believe. They may believe that, like, wow, they're trying to stop us from eating. There may be a few people who actually do need it. Obviously, there's the people who want free stuff, but the people who may actually need these services, that need that food box, may believe, because she's doing a Facebook Live, blaming other trustees and not giving the full picture. She gives them the kind of picture is necessary for her to continue to be supervisor. I think. The Lansing Journal says this event was one of the items on the agenda from the special meeting that she called. Since the trustees boycotted the meeting, approval was not granted for the spending of this event. So now she spends it. Yeah, this is spin. This is spin, because I believe, and that's my personal opinion about the special meeting, she knew they weren't going to show up, but she wanted the cameras to be there. She wanted the media to be there to say, I'm trying to help save these events that you like, that I'm giving you guys free things. All the TVs, all the Vizio TVs, all the stuff from the Bing Bingo, all these stuff that, is it fiscally responsible to spend that kind of money? Probably not. But to convince some people enough to vote for her is what she's doing. It's all spin. It's all spin.
Who cannot and will not be bought is the one that's constantly moving forward. Throughout all the controversy, throughout all the drama, all the naysayers, all the haters. And I see some of y'all in the line. Let me flip the camera around so you can see them in the line. Whoop, there she go. Look, right there, right there.
Oh.
Whoop, that part. But they'll tell you that. Then they get in the little hate group.
Wait. How professional is that? How did she point to someone that I guess she thinks doesn't like her, that she's on the line? Like, I hope that's not what I just saw. That's about caring for the residents, about safety, because someone doesn't like the way you run things. You're a public official. I just feel like a lot of people just take so many things personally. Like, if you become a public official, you gotta take the heat. You gotta take all the scrutiny. Why are you pointing out to some random person that that person was a hater? Like, what are you talking about? I hope that's not what I saw.
But you in my line getting food, your
Oh, I
kids
guess-
out here bouncing in a bouncy house, you on the skate rink.
I guess she is talking about that. That's unprofessional, and that's kind of dangerous. So one of Tiffany Hanyard's supporters, what, are going to go up to that woman and talk to her? What are we doing?
All that. And I'm cool with that because I love everybody. The good, the bad, and the hateful. I love all y'all. But all I'm saying is y'all stop trying to tear somebody down. Thinking your light gon' glow. Trying to dim mine. It ain't gonna work. Stop. God put me here. God wanted me to lead the people.
Oh, no.
God knew that I wouldn't take no mess. He knew that I would stand strong in the fire for you. Because think about it. It's people with opinions that don't even know me. But you got all this hate in your heart for hearsay. Stuff you hear, like y'all in high school. Come on, when we do that? At the end of the day, you're supposed to teach the kids. Y'all teaching them how to be negative and have evil spirits. That ain't what I do. I'm all about loving on one another, passing the baton, uplifting people. That's what it's all about. Now, let me go back to this food line. Let me go back and love on my people. You know what I'm saying? That part. Because that's what it's about. Making sure that we survive as a race, let alone as people. But making sure that we produce and give resources out here in the community. Because everybody talking good talk, but ain't nobody doing it. And I told y'all that before. I can't stand fake politicians. I can't stand people that only do work when it's beneficial to them, when it's time to run for office. Where y'all was at for 4 years? I've been doing this for the last 12 years.
Okay. Sherry here. What's up, Hannibal? There is no way she spent her own money. She is too cheap for that. A so-called surplus has nothing to do with purchasing food for an event, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, again, can she show proof that she did this? That she paid out her own money? Can she show any financial documentation? I doubt we're gonna get that.
Go back. That's why I said do your research. The last 12 years haven't missed a beat. Never is election time when I'm feeding my people and making sure they lights on, they gas bill paid, they rent paid, they mortgage paid. I help them bury their loved ones. All that. But y'all ain't talking about the good stuff that I actually produce. The surpluses that I actually have. Since becoming a supervisor at Thornton Township, they had deficits forever. Forever, ever. They spent $5 million at Thornton Township and didn't have the money. But did y'all talk about that when the other supervisor was in place? No, y'all didn't. That's why I say stop lying on me. Stop with all the little fake stories. Stop. Go find some truth. And that's what we gonna do here. We gonna show you what truth is. And I see that they just reported that in Chicago, y'all got what, $40 million deficit or something else? Like, come on, stop it. Go and love on somebody. It's more to life than just talking about Tiffany Hanyard. Y'all know that, right? I'm the topic in conversation of all y'all stuff. Stop. Go and love on your family. Life is short. Half the time when y'all come and see me, guess what's happening? Either you got a problem that the haters can't help you with. They can't help you pay your light bill, your gas bill, your water bill, your mortgage, your rent. Or you have something that happened, meaning somebody died, and you need help burying your loved ones. These are the things that I stand for.
Oh, I'm sitting there being muted. Lansing Journal with question, what is the process for requesting that elected official take a drug test? I don't know. That's a good question. Cherry says, I can't get the information if I send a FOIA, but maybe someone else can. So she says, okay, stop lying on me. And then there's multiple people sending FOIA requests, asking for information that could probably exonerate her if what she's saying is accurate. And those requests are not answered. If she's not going to say it and provide proof, the residents can't FOIA the information to get proof, then what are we doing? It's just rhetoric back and forth, right? Spin back and forth. No, where is the proof of what you're saying? She's saying there was a $5 million deficit, I guess, or they spent $5 million, didn't have it. I've made it into a surplus. Okay, how did you do that? How did you do it? Explain it. Provide information that what you're saying is correct. Instead of just showing all of the parties and all the event planning and all the party planning. Tiffany Hanyard is a really good, I don't know if this is really good, but she likes to plan parties and events. I think that's her skill set. The problem is, I don't know if she's a good one because good event planners, good party planners make money. So they spend, but you come out of it making money. because that's what a business is. You want to profit. Not, yeah, it's great to just want to throw parties and events, but if those events are not earning money, then it doesn't work. But even then, it's like you're using taxpayer money for these events. Like, is a good chance that she's spending home money? Probably not. But you don't want to just overly spend taxpayer money unnecessarily, especially as I think many people believe that we're going into a recession next we may be in a recession right now. So it doesn't seem like it just seems mismanagement of funds.
The commitment to the community, that's what Tiffany Hanyard represents. And they have to try to do this character assassination because they can't control me. Other than
this what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what she said. The what?
For the commitment to the community, that's what Tiffany Hanyard represents. And they have to try to do this character assassination.
Assassination.
Because they can't control me.
Assassination.
Other than that, why else are you talking about Tiffany Hanyard every day?
Whatever.
Gosh, at least show the good that I do. At least show some stuff that y'all benefit residents from. But they don't show that stuff on the news. They just show negativity. But guess what? Stay tuned. Because today, tomorrow, yesterday, I ignite. And I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. At the end of the day, I don't have to keep on responding to everything somebody say. I don't do that. That ain't what I do. It's too much going on in my life, meaning positive, to keep coming down and talk about negativity. That's not what you should do as a leader. Leaders uplift. Leaders show you what it's like to grow a community. And to actually stand in a fire while doing it. And guess what? Doing good and looking good too. At the same time. That part. Tanika, give them their food, girl. What you waiting on? Give them their food, girl. Give them their food, girl. Give them their food. She better get them their food box. All right, go ahead. She got it? That's all. All right, they finna get their food. All right, you see them with their food? Got people out here with their dogs.
So much.
You got all it. Oh, my bad, it's over. I'm trying to get over. Again, all this stuff is in the box. Y'all better come get this.
Yeah, she likes to say at the end of the day,
and you got your greens, you got these yams, look at that. You got butter. I just showed this box before.
yeah, shout out to Dwayne. We're waiting for the receipts. All she has to do is provide the receipts. You provide those receipts, and who's gonna talk then?
With that too, for those that really know how to throw down the kitchen like I do. But I like the real greens. This is the stuff that you gotta go and you gotta pick. Some of y'all use the stems. I know my grandma used to use the stems back in the day. And she just chop it up, that way it be more food for us. And she say that's where all the nutritious stuff is. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Love you too. Thank you. So again, make sure y'all get with me on this. And we also have a cooking show called Cooking with Tiff. So on the cooking show, guys, you can sign up and you can come and cook with me. So we had meatloaf episode.
I didn't watch. I'll be honest. I did not watch the Cooking with Tiff show. I've seen enough cooking when she talked about Good Burger. So I'm out. I know apparently she made a meatloaf. I don't know. What did she cook at the cooking show? Was it good? I think I saw one review where she didn't do anything. She just stood there. So I guess she wasn't really cooking. But I did not watch Cooking with Tiff show. Be honest, I would love her to do the podcast again. I want her to explain and show why everyone is wrong. Provide information. The cooking and the dancing and all that stuff. Yeah, it's funny, but like at this point, like where is the receipts that you said that you were going to produce? I'm talking to the super mayor. We're going to produce when she had all those stacks of papers, which now I don't know if there was real paper with information or it was just blank pieces of paper, showing the receipts that what everyone is saying is incorrect. And what's she throwing shots at Chicago for? What's up with that? I thought everyone was Democrats. What's going on? I guess she's tight because of what happened with Lightfoot. Lightfoot's not the mayor of Chicago right now. So what's the sneak attacks against Chicago? What's going on? Anyone know in the comments?
was last week. So now coming up, we had a lady, she challenged me, guys. She challenged me. She challenged the super mayor. She want to do mac and cheese. So we're going to do mac and cheese. And if there's somebody on here that want to do mac and cheese or think they can do it better than us, and you just want to showcase the recipe, please let us know. Please let us know. And we'll make sure you got what you need. But see, look at this line. I'll show you, because people hungry. My people hungry. Look. Let me show you this line. That's why I know y'all don't know what y'all talking about. That's what it's all about right there. They'll show y'all this, right? Nope, they'll show you this. But again, in the box. Boy, them greens, boy. And them some collard greens. Collard greens! Collard greens! Got everything in here. Oh, that's up. Alright, you can get ham, as you can see, ham or turkey right here. You see it? But you see everybody with their boxes. Yep. Alright, share the video. Whew, I gotta get some water. I love y'all. There's nothing you can do about it. Share the video. Come up here. We're here until 8 o'clock. So you can bring your babies. Like I always say, I'm all about family. You don't have to find a babysitter. And you can make sure that your kid come out, have fun out here in the bouncy house. We got a water slide. And then you can also get a free food box. We got food, stuff that your super mayor bought with her own money. You come and
I hope he shows the evidence that she actually did spend her own money. Show a receipt that you spent your own money. I would love to see it. Phoenix Bays with the 999 super chat. Appreciate you. Her lawyer probably advised her not to do the podcast because she talks too much and incriminating herself. She's incriminating herself with every time she opens her mouth unsupervised. That's probably what happened, right? I think Doug Aldo probably told her that before he bounced because you don't have enough money to give him. And we're going to talk about that a little later on. So this was kind of like an impromptu thing with her posting this video, but we're going to check out some more videos about this defense that her current lawyer is using where it's Keith Freeman's fault. All this is Keith Freeman's fault. This is her first time being mayor, and she followed his lead, and she just didn't know what the hell she was doing. So we'll kind of examine that, but we'll finish. I think it's only like 2 minutes left of this.
we get corn on the cob, hot dogs, Polishes, burgers, you name it. We got it all out here going on today. And they can skate. So if you have somebody that's interested and you see us, please come on out. Let me show you behind me what's going on. Oh, like this. Hold it that way, towards the box. All right, so we front. I'm gonna go say something to her real quick, and that's it.
All right, we can't hear. Okay, I think we're done here. So let's look at it. It's all about image. It's all about the brand. So it looks like to me, and correct me if in the chat if you believe, if you agree with me, are they waiting to give out the boxes until she's finished talking? So I think I saw a comment about the refrigeration of all the ham and all of the raw food that's there, like the ham and the turkey or whatever. And they're just sitting there waiting to. So she wanted to show how big and how long the line is. Did she wait until the line stacked up so she can go on this live and show how long the line is? And there are people standing there waiting for the box of food, or people were getting the food. I don't know. You let me know. I didn't. That's what it looked like. She wanted to demonstrate how long the line was. And then as that food is just sitting there getting more and more, spoiled, like she didn't even just be passing this stuff. It comes out the truck or whatever. Shouldn't you just be passing this and moving it along? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below or in the chat if you agree with me, because I thought that was interesting. Like she's like, oh, pass the food out. All right, why they're not passing the food out? Why are they just having them stand out there? So it looks like it's campaign stuff. It's image. It's narrative. I agree. Like she held them up. Like give them their food so they can go. They can maybe enjoy the rest, or take the food to the fridge, back to the fridge so it can get refrigerated. I don't know how hot it is. It looks like it's pretty hot. You kind of want to get those goods in the fridge, right? So that's just my. I thought I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, they're just holding the line up. Yeah. That's just more the same. So, actually, let's kind of get back to what I had planned before we saw that video. But you see, the narrative is, I'm the super mayor, I'm the supervisor, I'm trying to help. I bought this with my own money, didn't provide proof. The township is in a surplus of millions of dollars, did not show proof. Said the previous administration spent $5 million of money it didn't have, didn't show anything. The residents have asked, they've threw out FOIA requests, have not been answered. So it's more of the same rhetoric, spin, and then holding the entire line up to take pictures and show videos about how popular she is. So that seemed that was 18 minutes of headache-inducing commentary from the super mayor. So let's go to what I want to talk about before that video popped up. Let's see if I got this.
Mayor Hanyard is in a situation.
Okay. So this is what I want to talk about before we got into this situation here. So I want to talk about her plan, her way of defending herself from a lot of this federal involvement or federal investigation. Obviously coming from her current lawyer, and how she thinks she's going to be able to not to get away with this, but how she's going to beat this case, right? The plan is to attack Keith Freeman. The plan is to say, well, she didn't have her name on anything, and also she's just completely ignorant of how to run. She's a new mayor, and that poor Keith Freeman took advantage of this woman. How is that going to be able to be an effective defense? And also, with Mayor Hanyard's ego, can she really put herself to say, I didn't know what the hell I was doing? Because I have yet, and I've watched a lot of videos on Mayor Hanyard, I've never seen her apologize. I've never heard her say, I messed up. I've made this mistake. Never. Would she be able to do that, even if it came to a trial and maybe she's getting cross-examined? Can she really follow the script? And how strong her ego can get to a point where she can say, yeah, I was manipulated, I was dumb, and can she do that? I don't know, because I never seen it. So let's check out some of the clips I have right here. Where am I? Yes. Let's check out some of this stuff here.
Mayor Hanyard is in a situation where she feels like she's under attack, because she is.
Bo Brinley is Hanyard's criminal defense attorney, hired after the FBI served subpoenas on the village and township earlier this year. He blames Hanyard's top aide, Keith Freeman.
Keith Freeman made the decision on how these funds are being used. Keith Freeman is going on these trips. You understand, this is a new mayor. This is someone that is new to this job.
But she never thought, hey, I shouldn't fly first class. I shouldn't stay at the Four Seasons.
If there was a problem with any of that, if that's not how you're supposed to do it, she relied on Freeman to tell her. He's telling her this is how we do things.
Okay, so that's... This is the defense. And it's pretty in your face. Bro Brinley's like, yeah, listen. Keith Freeman told her that it was all good. You can listen. Keith Freeman told her to take these lavish first class flights, stay at these luxury hotels. It's all Keith Freeman. He went there. He manipulated this poor first time mayor who had no idea how anything worked. It's not like she was a trustee for 8 years. Nope, none of that mattered because she became a mayor, and Freeman came in and told her, listen, the mayor reliance on Freeman's guidance suggested that she trusts his judgment and his judgment alone on these matters. There's nothing else to say here, right? I mean, that's where it is. Scott W. Deflect. That's her strategy. So The issue, and I saw that comment, Dwayne, possibly not legal to go first class. And in the same clip, I think the accountant asked this question: is it highly unethical and immoral, or is it illegal? And that's something that they're going to have to, I guess the FBI is digging into and watching probably hundreds of hours of footage of Hanyard, not just when she was the mayor, but as a trustee, when she used this excuse that I didn't know what was going on. So I want to show some older footage of her being a trustee and how she was able to explain certain things and able to give the mayor at that time, Riley, the business. So in this situation, in this video right here, it's a tree cutting dispute. The conversation becomes pretty heated when the trustee accused the mayor of ignoring board approvals and acting defensively, particularly in relation to cutting down a tree for a resident. So it's going a little bit back and forth here. Let's watch this video real quick.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, well, I don't know why we're playing this game. The mayor is the overseer of the village. He signs off on everything.
Then
The
why don't you
administrator
let me
was
do
out.
my
Hold
job?
on. The mayor oversees and signs off on the bills, especially at that amount. Nobody else does. So I don't know why Chris saying he don't know. He know it's the mayor. His signature is on everything. So he shouldn't have done that. That's why you have a board that you should go before. You never do. You
First of
oversee
all-
us and you go and do what you want as usual.
Trustee, why don't you let me do?
So the mayor is in control of everything. The final sign off, right? So when she used the defense of, no, it was Keith Freeman's fault. Can she use that defense when even her, as a trustee, understood criticizing, giving Riley the business that you didn't go with board approval. You did what you wanted to do. Interesting.
My job. That, you know, when you advocated to have that one lady's tree cut down, you immediately said, Matt, why didn't you cut the tree down? I called you several times to cut this tree down. So when we cut the tree down, now you don't want to pay the vendor to do it.
Okay, so that's all you got. That one resident that been complaining for 2
That's
years.
not the one.
Hold on. When I advocated for her tree to be cut down, remember you said I want a tree lady. We approved it. The board approved it. You took 2 years. 2 years, Mayor.
That's not true.
You just
That's
cut
not
it down now. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pull the tape up and I'll put
That's
it on my
not true.
page.
Pull the tape.
It
Pull the
is.
tape.
It's
That's
true.
exactly-
It's true. So what I'm saying to you now, you're only doing everything. Every move you're making is political. It ain't
That's
because you
not true.
care about the residents. Because
That's
if you
not
did, you
true.
would have did it when we approved it. When we approved
Well,
stuff,
then
why
why
you don't
would
do
you
what
say-
we say?
Why would you
When we
say that?
approve stuff, why y'all don't go do?
It's like a whole different person. Debt-free dad with $2 super chat straight out of the Boondocks. Appreciate that. Check out Debt-Free Dad's channel. He throws live streams talking about Hanyard and other topics as well. Definitely check out his channel. She's given him it's as if we should have, and I've seen this before. Like you can, I guess I don't know if I'm creative enough. You can take conversations of the trustee Hanyard and then the mayor Hanyard going back and forth with each other. I'm sure someone could do that. Of her saying what she wants to do and then trustee Hanyard telling her how it's supposed to be. I mean, that's hilarious.
It just sits there. Then the resident complained again, but we approved it though.
Why would you say the lady fell down and broke her hip? And I talked to her. She said that was not the case.
Mayor, I told you what it is.
Why would you say
which
that?
was the lady did fall and break her hip. If you would have went there when it happened, then you would have known. So if you went there now, you want to make it a debate now. What they got to do with
talked
the
to
tree?
her
Please
son.
explain.
I talked to her son
What
and I
does that
talked
have
to
to do
her
with the tree?
personally. And I've
What
talked
they
to
got to
her
do with the tree,
personally.
Mayor? What?
I
You
talked to her-
deflect?
Well, lying is not good, regardless if it actually happened or didn't happen. But you don't have to drive home your point by lying and making a more dramatic narrative. I mean, either way, but whatever.
It's a lie. You deflect a lie. It got nothing to do with the tree.
I talked to her personally, and she said no, she did not fall down and
2
break her hip.
years. 2 years to cut a tree down.
That's not true.
Everybody else on the list that don't exist. Am I gonna get the tree list, Mayor? Can I have that? Can I please have the tree list?
I don't know.
So
the
people
list.
can know where they at on this tree list that you say they got, that they don't got.
Let me tell you, in a lot of cases, residents want the trees cut down for cosmetic
around it.
reasons. We do not cut down trees for cosmetic reasons. If the tree is healthy and it needs trimming, we'll trim it. But we don't cut trees down just because a resident said, cut my tree down, I don't like it anymore. We don't do that.
Mayor, can I have that list?
And the tree, I don't know of any list.
Right, but y'all tell the residents that they go on a list when they call in about a complaint. And y'all say that they lined up on the list. They not.
I don't tell the residents that.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. Take the roll, Madam Clerk.
One person asked if you could explain ghost payrolling.
Okay, so this one is about ghost payroll. I think Hanyard answers this question. Again, it's about demanding proof, being asked to approve payments without proper documentation, transparency, the whole thing. So let's see what happens in this video here. And you can check the date. That's about 4 years ago, July 8th, 2020.
Trustee Hanyard.
When somebody's getting paid that shouldn't be paid, and they're at home, for instance, and they're getting paid on your payroll, and they show up on your pay registry, but they haven't clocked in, haven't showed up to work. But we're paying them. Well, the citizens is paying them. Taxpayers' dollars.
Well, there's such thing as sick time and personal time. So
I didn't say it's not any of that. I've asked for all kinds of documentation and I have not received it. So that tells me people are hiding things. Why we can't have it? We approve payroll. That's what we do. We control the purse. But yet I can't get evidence to support anything. So what you got all my information we need for closed session, Mayor? Because that was you. I emailed it.
I don't provide that type of information, trustee. And
But
you've
your
been a
department
trustee.
heads up.
You've been the trustee for 7 years, and you've been getting the same documentation every time. So
we don't get anything. Don't no board member. Hold on. Don't no board member get payroll. No one.
Then why have
we used to get it, and then y'all stopped giving it to us.
I'm not going to go back and forth with you, but why
Because you're wrong. Because you.
That's a good point, Avid Chatter or Onway. She was campaigning back then. So she already had her plan. She already had her strategy. I'm going to go after him on everything. The transparency, not doing the way things, not conducting business the way it should be conducted. But it's like a whole different person. But maybe it's the same person that used this to go after him, to say, why are you not doing this right? Why are you not doing that right? So I do like that comment about she was campaigning then. Obviously, that she was looking to be mayor, looking to do more in the political realm. And she knew exactly what she was doing when she was going back and forth with Mayor Riley.
I got it. I emailed you before this so that we could be on one accord so I can explain to the board what's going on. But you failed to give me what I asked for, which is their timesheets, the payroll register. You didn't give me anything.
Trustee, I'm not to your backing, okay? I'm just going to let you know that. I'm not to your backing. And I don't.
It ain't about to my backing, Mayor. It's about what's right and what's wrong. You're the mayor. You're the leader. You handle the department heads. You tell them what to do and what not to do. So why don't I have it in email? The entire board has it, but we don't have what we need.
And right now, this payroll has not been done any other way than it has been done in the past. People are entitled to personal time. People are entitled to sick time. And if the people that prepare the payroll have determined that the time is not just or due, they don't pay them.
Mayor, you can make them suggestions all you want, but you can't prove it. Prove it. I approve the payroll, right? So if I'm approving something, why can't you show me what I'm approving?
Today,
you're wrong. You're wrong. You need to show me what I'm voting on. If you can't prove to me what Tiffany Henyard's voting on, then I'm not voting for it. You cannot show me nobody's payroll. Where the payroll sheet said?
You chose not to
prove. What's the fight? What's the debate about? And you can just show me what I'm asking for, and this to be cleared up.
Is Tiffany Henyard grandstanding, or showboating, or demanding proof, or expressing frustration? You know, when now as mayor, when a trustee is going back and forth, the way she responds is, "You're grandstanding. This is about politics. This is about something else. It's not about the people. You're just, you're out of order." And she's giving it to Riley really good. And Riley is not really great at explaining anything either. I mean, obviously that's why he's where he is. But she's can you just would you describe that as grandstanding? Because if that came from her current situation as mayor, she would say you're grandstanding. You're more about trying to put yourself over rather than actually trying to help the citizens. I don't know. Just throwing out a question here.
But you're not doing that. You don't want to give me what I want, but you want me to vote for it. How does that make sense?
I've never showed you in the past because it's not my job.
Mayor,
Secondly,
y'all always showed us payroll. We always got payroll. Always.
You have a right.
How your board did.
You have a right not to vote for it.
And this is a question, a concern. I just got a little message here about ghost payroll and how much money everyone's getting and why people are getting paid as much. But as you guys already know, that her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, has a position where he's making 6 figures as a youth director. Can we show any information that, like, what is he doing? Why there's no videos showing what he's doing? Any information about that? What is he doing? Again, if I'm the township resident, I would like to know. She's talking about ghost payroll and people getting paid without actually doing the work, and I need information. I'm wondering if what's going on in the township is if can the trustees access that information? That'd be interesting.
Okay, there, but you can't do the board like that. That's not right. And I'm here to advise the board that this is not how it goes. If you ask them for something, we're supposed to get it, and we don't have it.
Clerk Dugan, let's move forward and take the vote on closed session. No, matter of fact, Giovanni, do we have any more questions for citizens address?
Right. So we just have one other question.
Invoice.
Okay. Judge Petty. Check out her channel. I think you have I think that's the correct name, Judge Petty. Appreciate you for coming in. The only reasons she accusing the trustees of grandstanding, politics, etc., is because she knew that's all she did all before in this clip. Yeah, there is no way she would be okay if a trustee went after her. I mean, that's what happens. They go back and forth. They start yelling at each other. But that's what she would accuse. She would accuse of grandstanding when she did it, because I guess it is grandstanding. I would assume if it's something you're passionate about and you want to go back and forth, I think that's important for a healthy government, to not necessarily to hide what's going on. Like, if you're really passionate about what's going on, you should be able to speak, even if it gets a little heated. But it's interesting how she used those tactics to get to where she is, but do not like it when it goes back around to her. So interesting. Oh yeah, in this video, she talks about the cost of spending things. It's just some video editing services that Trustee Hanyard thought was a bit expensive, which is, again, very interesting how this does not age well, where all she does is really spend a lot of time and care about her own video services, have to make sure everything looks nice, and all these very mid video production services. I'm sorry, they are. No shout out to, no hate or shade, but when you spend a lot of money on it, it should look as professional as possible. Whatever, that's a different point. But she questions about the editing services that have been used. So let's check this video out.
I can have that scanned over to you.
Yeah, I want to know what we're paying people for. And then underneath there, the Sony Black Productions for video editing, $3,250. What video editing are we doing for that kind of money? What projects was authorized for that, and who authorized it?
Those are for various events that were recorded. The details of which events I don't have in front of me, but those invoices can be emailed.
Okay. Well, I think I asked in the past, like, if y'all could be a little more detailed when y'all give us this, so I don't have questions when we get here, because that's a lot of money to me for video editing. So if you can give me that, I will.
Yeah. Interesting, right? It's like a whole different person. A whole different person. So the reason why I wanted to bring this up is when you listen to the defense lawyer's argument for Mayor Tiffany Hanyard, it's like watching someone try to convince you that the sky isn't blue, water isn't wet. What you see is not what's going on. And I just think it's honestly ridiculous. They want us to believe that the mayor had no clue what was going on, like she was just following orders from her top aide, Keith Freeman. I don't know if Tiffany Hanyard follows anyone's orders. I think a lot of her problems is that she doesn't listen. She does what she wants to do. Do we really think, and we look at Keith Freeman and his movements, and as much as he's trying to do the right thing now, he is not a good guy. He is a scammer. He's a grifter. He's just trying to save his own ass right now. Just could be completely honest. He's in trouble for bankruptcy fraud. Do you think Keith Freeman would be able to control Hanyard? Like, really? Come on. I mean, come on. The one who's running everything, as Trustee Hanyard talked about, is the mayor. She's the mayor. And no, I don't think you can cast her as or look at her as some rookie that just started her first job. She knew exactly, or at least had a good idea of what the mayor could do and what the mayor couldn't do, as we just saw a few clips. And I'm sure there's many more of giving Mayor Riley the business on what he was doing wrong. And now we're going to believe that she just forgot all this. And if you check out the deposition, I totally forgot to bring some of those clips back up, but you guys can check out that video of her deposition. Now I don't remember. I don't remember how long I was a trustee. I don't recall. She said I don't recall several times, probably a dozen times. Now all of a sudden, as she has all this power and she's under all this scrutiny, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't recall what happened here. Like straight, like mafia style, when, listen, if you don't say anything, they can't accuse you of anything. Don't talk. I don't know. I don't recall that. I don't know that. I don't remember that. I don't recall that. All of a sudden now she has memory issues. So no, I don't think she's just some rookie that just started the first time. She has some idea of what's going on. The mayor's job is to lead, not to follow. And she understands that. She calls herself, I'm the leader. I have the vision. She never says it's Keith Freeman's vision. It's her vision. The whole idea that Mayor Tiffany Hanyard didn't know what was going on or didn't know what was happening is just hard to swallow. The lawyer is basically saying, hey, don't blame her. She's new and she didn't know any better. But she's the mayor. It's her job to know where the money is going and how it's being spent. Her signature is on the bills. So it's just pretending like she's in the dark because her name is not on the credit card bills. So you allowed Keith Freeman to just walk around and do whatever he wanted. But then you did enjoy those first class flights. You went to those luxury hotels and you were just wandering in. Like, I don't know what's going on when I signed for all those vehicles. It doesn't cut it. It just doesn't cut it. And I think if it goes into an investigation, it goes into a trial, and people are looking at this, I just don't understand it. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You blaming the aide is just a weak argument. The lawyer wants us to think that everything bad is happening is because of this one guy. Yeah, I'm sure Freeman is not a great person, or at least a great leader, or someone who's responsible with money. But at the end of the day, Hanyard made the final call. She just didn't use any emails or had her name on the credit cards. But she's the one in charge. She's the boss. She is the alpha in that administration. Maybe you could say maybe the boyfriend probably has some say, but passing the buck to Freeman is just a weak excuse. My friend told me to do it, or my aide told me to do it, so it's not my fault. I don't think it's going to fly. Judge Petty with comment, ignorance is not a defense in the eyes of the law, period, absurd. And we still have to figure out, it is what has happened. Is it just incompetence, gross incompetence, or is it illegal? And that's where some of the investigation is going. Obviously, in terms of running a government, totally, if this is just immoral, it's incompetent, it's illegal, or incompetent, unethical, you shouldn't be running anything. But in terms of her freedom, they're going to try to go as technical as possible to try to make it seem like she's a dummy. Is she going to let that fly, though? I don't know. It's going to be really hard, difficult to kind of figure that out. Where's the accountability? That's where it is the lack of accountability. The lawyer is basically arguing that Hanyard trusted Freeman, so she shouldn't be held responsible for anything that went wrong. I don't believe that. I don't think it's going to work, in my opinion. Taylor and Chris, waiting until something goes wrong before putting governance in place for spending seems silly. Dwayne says only by blackmail. And Harvard Chatter says the lawyer basically said everything that was alleged is true, trying to pass the responsibility. Yeah, she's not even saying, wait a minute, we didn't, the money wasn't spent irresponsibly. Like, yeah, but she just started. All right. It's just poor decision making. She was new on the job. Yeah, she signed for $150,000 lease for a Tahoe with an exorbitant interest rate. How crazy the travel expenses. Come on. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But actually, I want to show another video, I guess even going further, or at least we're going back, but now she's mayor, about the trustees early on had concerns about spending. Early on. So again, this idea of she didn't know, she had no idea, it's hard to believe that's true. So let's check out this clip right here. Let me see if I got this pinned up and ready. Actually, let me download right quick, but let's see. Do I got that?
Thank you to my board of trustees.
Wait, don't talk. Okay, so in this clip right here, there was unity. This is gonna be weird because I'm gonna show you a clip or two that they're actually getting along. Like they don't look as, I guess the current meeting. I know it's a meeting. I think it's gonna be on Tuesday. This is gonna be the complete opposite. They're gonna actually get along a little bit, but trying to show some unity here, some positivity, and then things go off the rails as we're gonna continue on. But just let's check this out here.
Thank you to my board of trustees for showing unity amongst our board. I'm loving it, and I will say this: community is loving it. So to those that's trying to divide this board, I think we're stronger than you think we are, and I want you guys to know that we're going to stay unified throughout our process. As we walked and door knocked throughout all our campaigns, everyone heard the same thing from the residents, which is they're tired of the bickering, all the fighting at every board meeting. So right now, if we haven't showed you unity amongst us, I don't know what else to tell you, but I think we're doing really great. But you'll let us know. But I want to continue that open door policy and that communication. So my board, I love y'all, and I'm still gonna meet with y'all. So I don't care what nobody's saying. So thank you again for everything. So let's start with the citizens address because we're gonna do something a little different.
All right, so you saw that. Listen, I love y'all. Y'all my people. I listen, I'm gonna ride with y'all no matter what. It's family. Yeah, people are tired of the bickering and all the back and forth, but you know what? We're gonna be real cool with each other. We're gonna work this out. Yeah. Okay. So in this video, the mayor is going to discuss plans for 4th of July celebration, securing $10,000 in funding. $10,000. And then also the problem is additional funds are needed. And the mayor is going to be talking about some negotiation with some other entity. So I'll show it to you guys.
So you guys know I'm all about community involvement, community engagement. So I thought that it was very important for us to do something big, especially after COVID. Everyone has been cooped up in the house, quarantined, wearing masks, and I just felt the need to do something special for a community. The biggest holiday coming up is July 4th, besides Father's Day. I don't want y'all to get me. So Father's Day first, and then 4th of July. So I was thinking that we can have a 4th of July celebration. I did collab with our partnering government officials, which is Park. They said they would give us $5,000 and they matching us, and we're giving $5,000. The bid came in at, I think, $15,000, but the first proposal came in at $35,000 to $45,000.
That's a lot of money for 4th of July for the town or the village. Isn't that a lot of money? Why everything has to be this big grand celebration? You're not the mayor of New York City. You're not the mayor of Los Angeles. Like this grand thing, the brand of the way she wants to move, it's always about, look how big and epic things are. And let's just spend as much money as possible. That's a lot of money for a 4th of July event. Like I don't, I don't know.
So I told President Cleos, no way we're doing that. Number one, where we can get that kind of money in a short period of time. So they went out, found another proposal, and they are at $15,000.
15 is still too much money. 15 is still too much money.
We have to put down $5,000, which I told him the board did agree to. That I'm just making sure we're still on task for that. And he having his board meeting tomorrow. If you guys want to come, they are having a swearing in as well, and they're supposed to vote on their $5,000. So that's $10,000. So now the other person that I did ask is School Board 205, which that's where we're going to host the fireworks show. Of course, they said they're giving us the land, they're giving us the spot, but you know me, I'm still negotiating. So I'm waiting on a definite yes or a definite no. Right now it's kind of 50-50 because they're saying if we're donating the land, then you guys should get the funds to cover it. So my next step was to go to the library board. So I'm meeting with them this week to see if they would donate the difference because we short $5,000 if each one of us is paying $5,000. I'm just giving you an update. And the only date that was available as well, too, was July 2nd. And so not the 3rd, not the 4th. I was shooting for the 3rd because it's a Saturday. The 4th of July is on a Sunday. So that means we will do it Friday evening if the board agrees to everything I'm saying. So now I just want to hear from you guys, how you feel, what you want to do, or if y'all got any other suggestions. So go ahead. Anybody got any suggestions?
So we only got an okay from the park district, nothing from the library or school, nothing from either one of them. Their meeting is tomorrow, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So the library and school district are no longer on board?
No, I didn't say that. I said I'm waiting for them to give me a response. So I have a response as it relates to the amounts because it's $5,000. Now each one of them can do $2,500 a piece, but the Thornridge is saying that they're giving us the land, meaning the spot to have it at, to host. So they're saying why pay? So I'm still asking them, yes, I think you still should pay, especially I'm from that school. So right, Trustee, I was supposed to say Brittany. Trustee Norwood, we are TR. So I'm trying to get them to basically just donate the land, meaning the location, the host, and also give us $5,000. But if they're saying they're not, my backup plan was School Board 148, 149, and I know all of them over there. That's Darlene Gray, there's Larry Lawrence. So I called everybody. So somebody gonna give it up. But right now we at us giving $5,000 and the park district giving $5,000.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. So are you okay, Trustee Brown, with that Friday? That's the only date for the fireworks show. You okay with the date? Okay. And it's going to be in Thornridge football field where they had the graduation this Sunday at.
Okay, that's fine.
Any other trustee want to chime in? Everybody okay with it? Not okay with it?
I'm okay with it.
You okay with it, Trustee Steve? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I love fireworks. Looking forward to it.
Hey, we know what you're going to be doing. Trustee House?
I was just I think we appreciate the update and keeping us posted on it. So please continue to do so.
Yeah, definitely. Trustee Felcher?
I'm fine with it.
Okay, well.
Things have changed, huh? Things have changed.
I will let them know, and I will be attending the inauguration of our young, or why you removing the items, Trustee Belcher. You can go through each one and tell us why you're removing them.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to go further down, and again, people are raising some concerns with the spending on this fireworks show. So let's just keep going.
So this is our issue, which has come across the board several times now. When you first asked for fireworks, you asked for $5,000 for the fireworks show. We spent $3,000 in June that was paid to Mad Bombers. I requested a copy of donations before anybody says we got donations. We got a $2,000 donation from the Thornton Township, and then $1,000, which I don't know if that was actually for the fireworks from 5 Point Star Concrete. But you went over the $5,000 and spent an additional $3,000. Total bills right now for special events that you spent is $30,000 in 3 months.
Damn. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. 30,000, so 10,000, basically averaging 10,000 a month on events. She should just be an event planner.
the spending for these events, it has become ridiculous. So I feel as a resident that this show, which was a nice show, but of course it did not come in consent with all the additional spending that you made a decision to spend. So I'm asking to remove those items until we can do something about your spending.
Okay, so let's talk about what you just stated. As it relates to anything on this agenda, I always encourage each trustee, y'all know my phone number, you can call and ask questions about anything you have a problem with on this agenda. You guys do not. The people, meaning the residents, is tired of this show here, and they asked us to talk about all this behind closed doors before we get here. But here we are. If y'all would ask me what the issues are or what's the problem as it relates to Mayor Bummer, I would have told you. I did not overspend anything. I spent exactly what the board asked of me. Now, we are the people on the contract as it relates to Mayor Bummer. We have to pay them the money and get our money back from the other party that stated they was paying the other $5,000. Other than that, I'm not over budget. I spent exactly what you guys approved for me. But on here now, today, that you see for the money, that's the money that's owed to them. And then we have to get our difference back from the other vendor that stated they was paying us for the put on the show. That's number one. Number two, you said something about media. I don't understand why you won't pay the media and Ed Steves know more than anybody how much something like this would cost. I've talked to him several times about paying what is his real name? I call him Chew, but paying Marvell for his services. The guy comes out, he does a service, he sit here, he films everybody, he includes everybody, and I don't understand why we would not pay him. It's been over a month since he has gotten paid, and he did this service. So
I see a few comments. Yeah, it's basically the same narrative, or at least the same. She basically talks and uses the same phrases. It looks like for years at this point. Yeah, it's like a broken record. And yes, Justin Thompson, this was the time of the turning point with the trustees where and she's not answering the concern that you overspent. She's not even saying, hey, you know what? I may have made a mistake. You know what? You're right. I overspent. Maybe I didn't communicate properly. Maybe I got over my head a little bit. Yeah, maybe we're spending a little bit too much money, or a lot of money. I'm gonna scale it back. Thank you for being honest with me, Trustee Belcher. Let me take a step back. Let's be more fiscally responsible. But instead of doing that, Hanyard goes to the defense, defending the spending. The funds were necessary. You don't want to pay Ed Steves. You don't want to do this. You don't want to wait a minute. That's not what Belcher is explaining. She's saying hey, this is getting kind of ridiculous. A lot of stuff. Oh, you don't want to pay the media service. You don't want to pay the so that's where we are at. Yes, as it relates to.
It is on month 2, and you saying we still don't want to pay him what is owed to him. And then them the only 2 I got. Was it the third one that you stated?
It was 4 to be exact.
What's the other? The ones that I didn't,
The barricades that you use for blocking off the street and the fireworks signs.
The barricades?
Yes, it was barricade came 0112592 under special events. The barricades cost $4,711.
$4,000, okay. For the barricades, for blocking off the street. Okay. Well, I wouldn't know how much that really ran. I didn't order it. Okay, and what else?
And then the fireworks signs.
So the fireworks signs, why would I not order fireworks signs? Even though I don't order the stuff, the staff orders the stuff, so I couldn't even tell you that the price of what you're saying it costs. But it was for an event.
Mayor, that makes it even more uncertain that you don't know the prices of the stuff that you're spending.
I did not know.
Which makes me more uncomfortable with the spending. So that's what I spoke to a couple of my colleagues, fellow trustees, and that was my concern of the things that I had issues with. So that's why I made the motion.
And that's fine. Everybody's entitled to pull something, amend something, or if you have a problem with it. No, I did not know how much the doggone firework signs costed. But
why is she catching the attitude? You should know about the expenses. You should have detailed information about that. It's just the event that you put up, and she's getting upset, she's getting triggered because you admit it. You don't know what you're doing. That's crazy.
If you saying that you want to pull them out, it's so big. You have to pay the vendors regardless. So if y'all want to hold them up and don't pay them for a month, go ahead. So anybody else, any other trustee that's coexists with what Trustee Belcher is stating on pulling the items.
We have an ordinance that there's a $1,500 limit before it has to get board approval. So
So this is more of trustees calling mayor to task about the spending.
I know the board are concerned about the spending. $30,000 in 3 months is a lot. So we want to kind of get a hold on this and just follow the ordinance that's been passed.
Okay, so for the record, I have not spent over my budget. I have not spent no $30,000. So everybody can say whatever they like up here. And when you keep saying that I overspent something as relates to contracts, I have not. I don't sit here and say, okay, spend this, spend that. If you guys have told me that we can spend, even though I don't order the stuff, the staff orders the stuff. So I couldn't even tell you that the price of what you're saying it costs.
Right.
Mayor, that makes it even more uncertain that you.
Hold on a second. Let me see if I got it repeated. Let me see. Let me go to this spot right here.
Vendor that I can approve for the record. So make sure you get that right, because you're saying what I'm spending. Again, this is grant money. I keep stating this to you. This is not taxpayer dollars as it relates to income that came in from property taxes. This is a grant that we got in the beginning for $1.5 million. And we ain't even put a dent in the money as it relates to making sure every resident got a roof or a window that applied. So all I'm asking you guys to do is pay attention and make sure you ask questions before you get to the board. I mean, that way you would definitely know what's going on. And then you just stated that you didn't know the names. You guys just took the name of each vendor out of here. So how don't you know the names? You had to say the name to remove the vendor from the warrant list to remove them. So you know what vendors are doing what. And as it relates to everybody.
She does say as it relates to a lot. I thought she said it a few times, but as you notice, I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to lower it because I know this part, the volume is blaring. Nothing changed. It's the same old, right? This is now 2022. Nothing's changed. It's the same rhetoric, the same back and forth.
And know that you got multiple different property sizes as it relates to a tri-level, a ranch, a slab. Each house is a different size, meaning it will cost a different price to repair that roof or remove. These donations came in. All we're doing is being transparent to say, well, how much donation did you get? Because we don't have that since it was donated. Trustee, I got money for the basketball court. Okay, how much? I paid for the entire. How much? Oh no, I paid for the entire amount. How much? Whatever amount you say that I spent on this one, this is the amount that I got for the basketball court. All right.
All right, residents, y'all know I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna get it no matter what. Your ice rink will be built. So despite what the board has done, I'll find another way to basically build your water park. Either way it goes, I will figure it out.
That's political. We do not pay for politics. If you do anything political, you pay for your expense account. But they don't do that. They still make an invoice, but they tell y'all that they did not charge us. But they did. They did. And that's my issue. All the trickery.
It's just more of the same. It's her just not really explaining a lot what she's doing. There's no explanation. They're asking her questions, detailed questions about money. And again, this is the narrative that she's going to push, that she doesn't know. She has no idea what things cost or what's going on. Because remember, even in the township, when they decided to give her a credit card, and how she was begging not to be on that credit card. She was like, no, I don't want to be on this credit card. She doesn't want to deal with the accountability. And it's really, really, it's remarkable. Again, I use that term a lot with this back and forth with Hanyard, and she doesn't want to truly have any kind of accountability for her nonsense, for the things that she's doing. Very selective memory. I think this clip is about travel expenses. Let me show you guys that real quick.
And I sent the email just to put it in writing of why I felt the reason that you guys should not pay for a hotel with taxpayer dollars. I felt you should use your own dollars because you get a salary, you get a stipend, and all that money entails to pay for a hotel. That was the reason for that.
So that let's repeat that. Let's replay that. First, she said stipend. Stipend? It was stipend. Listen.
And I sent the email just to put it in writing of why I felt the reason that you guys should not pay for a hotel with taxpayer dollars. I felt you should use your own dollars because you get a salary, you get a stipend, and all that money entails to pay for a hotel.
So stipend. But as it relates to her spending that money or taxpayer money on luxury travel and going all across the country, spending over $100,000, what's her stipend? Is there stipend to pay for first class travel? As you said, that was in 2021. Nothing has changed. It's the same dance, same song and dance. So, how Tiffany Hanyard is going to get out of this? Is she going to follow the lead of the attorney and play stupid and stick with the Keith Freeman did it defense? But and also, how's she going to be able to do that when she's going to say that Keith Freeman is the mastermind and I was just a puppet? Can her ego allow her to say that? You know, I'm on the team, but I'm just the water boy. Keith Freeman's a quarterback. Don't blame me for losing the game. And even if she did take this route, she'll be admitting that she let a crook run the show, driving the village's finances into a nosedive. Any good leader would have booted Keith Freeman out the door the moment things started to go south. And they were going south way before the bankruptcy situation when he got hit with the bankruptcy charge. But Hanyard let it slide. And now where everyone is, where she's trying to get rid of him, but she can't. So it's a bit ridiculous. By her admitting that, she is also admitting that she wasn't cut out for the job. So I don't see how this is going to work in terms of this defense. I think it's a pretty bad defense. Shout out to Carol Wilson. She's the puppet master. Yeah, she's the one running the show. It's hard to believe that Keith Freeman is the mastermind. And when did Keith Freeman come in? These clips, he didn't show up yet. He's not there yet. So that's enough information showing that she was overspending, the lavishness and the big image, the big picture stuff, trying to be as famous as possible. She was doing that before Keith Freeman kind of came in the picture. Keith Freeman was there to try to help, but Keith Freeman's a crook too, and he's a grifter too. But the idea that all of a sudden he came in and all she did was follow his lead. It's just not believable. So, but on that note, guys, we'll see. I mean, Tuesday is the meeting. We'll see where it goes, how productive it's going to be. I think we all kind of know where it's going to go. What's going to be said. What's the items? I didn't see the agenda, so I don't know where they're going to be going in terms of this meeting. I know it should be on Tuesday. Tomorrow, usually it's on Monday, but tomorrow's Labor Day, so I guess everyone will be back here. I will probably be, I'm definitely not going to be in my house. I'll be on the road. I probably still will have a live stream reacting to the meeting, but I definitely won't be in here, the office, studio, whatever you want to call it. And we'll see the latest, what's going on with Hanyard. And I'm sure she's going to call out Keith Freeman again. I'm sure it's going to, her and the trustees going to go back and forth. A lot of grandstanding is going to probably go on, as Hanyard like to call it, and a lot of as it relates to. So a lot of those things are going to be popping in there. So I guess we'll go in. I didn't know it was going to go over 2 hours. Appreciate you guys for hanging out on this Sunday. I know, Labor Day is obviously is going to be tomorrow. A lot of people are chilling out, hanging out. But I appreciate you guys for hanging in there, especially watching the 18 minutes of her yelling about how great she is and making a lot of old people wait online for boxes of food until she finished her live. And that's unfortunate, but we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. But appreciate you guys for coming in. Please hit the like. Please subscribe. before you head out. And I guess, well, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Peace.